Hello, welcome to Hook Leggings, and thanks for watching today's episode. I'm Henry, your host. Now, today we have a good episode lined up for you. The topic for today is presentation. That's right, your little presentation. It's hot, it's muggy, and the fish are lethargic, guys. So your presentation is important. But before I get into those details, allow me to say a few other words. First, I would like to say thanks to all of our subscribers. I appreciate your support. Remember, guys, I want to try to get to 10,000 as quickly as possible. So if you like these videos, tips, I'll be providing more tips, or just entertainment value, guys. Please do me a favor right now. Please reach up, click subscribe, and like. And make sure you click the notification bell so you will be alerted when future videos are released. Now, make sure, guys, you continue to put your comments. I read and reply to every single comment. And you know, I'm probably gonna do some format of a talk show. For the most part, I kind of get out here and I like to stick to the point. Some of you have applauded me for that, you know. So I like to do videos where I get directly to the point. But I need to do some videos, guys, where I can kind of broaden the base just a little bit. You know, maybe do some behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that goes on that you're not aware of, because I don't include it in these videos, and because I didn't want to convolute the video. Now, but when it comes to some of my electronics, my setup, what's going on here with my boat dock, my future plans for a house right here, right up the hill here on Lake Tarquin, there's just a lot of things, guys, I can that you may want to know about. So I'll be doing a talk show format for that. Other than that, I came out earlier this week with the Jig Master. He brought some minnows. I waived the minnow policy for that fishing trip, and we brought some minnows out here. But guys, the weather's been atrocious. As a matter of fact, right now, within a couple of days, today or tomorrow, I think we may have a hurricane or at least a tropical storm going to come in here and hit this area. So the weather's just been bad, but the Jig Master will be back. Okay, and for some of you who maybe have joined late room, I started this channel fishing in a 20-acre lake, and doing a lot of what we call old school fishing, guys. I didn't even have live scope on the boat there. So, and a lot of you kind of expressed that, hey, you like the old school fishing, you know, you're not so into live scope and this and that. Well, guys, the dam has been repaired, and they're supposed to fill that lake and restock it here within the next month or two. So at some point, I'll go back to doing footage, that type of fishing also, and continue to do the live scope footage. So whether you like it old school or new school, we're going to have some content here for you. So back to the main topic though, guys. The main topic is bait presentation. Now, you're probably aware, you know, you're probably familiar with the concept when the bite gets tough, like it is right now. We have some water you're going to see in this video that's going to be 92 degrees, guys. That's hot for a crappie. And when that water reaches that temperature, they're in survival mode, okay? So you have to not only downsize your bait, and when you say downsize the bait, guys, let's be specific here about downsizing. When you downsize your bait, there's two ways you can go. Shorter, but you also got to deal with the diameter of the bait. Now, one of the things I've noticed, I've shortened up some bait, and that helps. Sometimes that's all you need to do is just shorten the bait up a little bit. But there's other times where you're going to have to decrease the diameter of that bait also, okay? So, make sure you downsize your bait properly. However, once you downsize the length, perhaps downsize the girth of the bait, your presentation matters. You know, I get an opportunity when I have people interested in live scope or maybe out for the first time to watch and observe, you know, new people to this sport. And one of the things that I quite often see is their presentation. Guys, you need to have varied presentations in your arsenal. You need to practice them and get real good at it. You know, sometimes the fish want a bait moving along fast. Sometimes they may want the bait coming jigging. You know, jig it and let it slow fall, jig it, let it slow fall. You know, there's just so many different things you can do when it comes to the presentation. But when these fish are lethargic, and you're going to see some of this in this video, I'm going to take you out here to some of my schools, guys, and you're going to see some fish. You're going to see lots of fish. And I'm going to try to catch one or two of them, you know, hopefully if the weather permits. But what you're going to see me do, I'm going to try to do some jig casting out. That's been successful down here the past week or two, but we're at a point now where they're very lethargic, and the best presentation is to get a long rod. Now, I'm proud to say I have my brand new 15-foot ACC in the boat, okay? Just got it a few days ago, so you know I'll be putting that long rod out there on them. The difference in the presentation with that long rod, you can have that bait pretty much come almost straight down, and you can keep it right there, and you leave it right here. The fish are down here and they can see it, and sometimes you just have to leave it there long enough, maybe move it just enough so they can see that it's alive. Normally what I do is I take a fast takeaway when the fish come up, but when the fish are lethargic like this, you want to modify your presentation to be slow, okay? Now when I say slow, the fish, you'll have it here, the fish comes up, and you just barely creep it up and let them get it. I mean, you don't want to move that bait any more than say a foot, foot and a half, maybe 2 feet, because they're just going to come up, and then they're going to go back down, and hopefully you'll see some of that. I'll be able to get you some footage of that out here today. So once again, we have that's the presentation that I wanted to focus on, and also on my 16-foot rod. You're gonna see it out here in the video. Have it right here, guys. It's kind of broken down right now, but you know, I love my Daiwa Tatula reel, and one of the things I want you to focus on when you watch this video, you're gonna see me press this button. When I'm doing that vertical presentation, and I get that bait right above that fish, I just press that button, and it will just go down automatically by itself. You know, I'm trying to recover from a thumb situation here, and opening and closing that bail, you know, 500 times a day, pitching out there is taking a toll on this thumb. So I'm going to do something a little bit different here for a while. I'm going to use this long pole where I can just pitch it out there, press the button, maybe wind it up just a little bit. But I think I pretty much said everything, and I'll be using a one. I'm going to start out, I use two baits, two weights. In the summertime, I use a 1/32 and a 1/64 ounce jig. So this time of year when it's extremely tough, a 1/64 jig, and I use a brand, it's called Gaping. That's the brand of jig that I use. For the most part, I use my own jigs, Hook Legend jig, and when I can get by with just shortening up the bait, I shorten up the bait. But when they're real finicky and they need something teeny tiny, I go with that 1/64 Gaping jig, and it pretty much does the trick. So I think I've talked enough here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and load up, get ready, take you out here. Hopefully y'all be able to catch 1 or 2 fish before the rain comes. I mean, on the way here to the dock, passed into some rain, but it's just that time of the year, guys. It'll be raining over there on one side of the lake and not on the other. Downside is when that rain's there, there's a chance of lightning strike, so I don't really want to mess around out here. So I'm gonna see if I can get out here, maybe catch 1 or 2 fish for your viewing pleasure, and then get back in. So let's go ahead and break for our sponsors and get to the action. Yeah. Now they looks like they're getting in a feeding formation. See how they kind of huddle up higher in the column, spread out. Looks like a feeding formation to me. Got him, folks. Nailed him to the wall. Oh, that 15-footer. That's my first fish on my new 15-foot ACC, folks. 15-foot ACC. Look at that. Nailed him. Boat flipped him. Nice. Man, if I can get him. He's a fighter. He's not sure if he's a keeper, but I'm not gonna keep him anyway. Jeez, he nailed that jig, folks. He nailed it. I gotta work quick here because these fish will perish in the summertime. They will perish real fast. You can't, can't really mess around. You got to get them. Now what I did is I downsized. You hear fishermen talk all the time, jeez, about downsizing your bait, and that's what I did, downsize the bait. Yeah, but you hear people talking about downsizing a lot. Downsize the bait. Let's get him back in the water. Beautiful fish. Go on, fella. Good. I'm using 6-pound test ACC line on a 15-foot ACC. Rubber bobber stopper, a bead, titanium weight, 3/16 bead, and then I put 2 rubber bobber stoppers down there to keep it from sliding up and down. And then here on the end, when these fish get lethargic, I kind of go with a gaping jig. They're real small. Fish love them. That's a 1 64 ounce. So it's gonna fall real slow, and I mean they just love it, guys. So that's pretty much my setup. Loop knot here on the end. That is the killer setup. Let's get back in the water. Now I'm gonna go ahead, while I have this out, I'm gonna go ahead and tip this. I'm going to tip it with a crappie nibble while I got it out. Now, I like to use these crappie nibbles because sometimes you get what I call a bonus fish. You get a very large bluegill that's hanging around those schools sometimes. That'll come in there and just pounce on it. So, see if we can get back out here and catch 1 or 2 more. So I'm gonna have to just put it on them, leave it there, and wait. That's all you can do. They are not feeding fast, so you have to let the fish dictate what they want. So you see it right there? I just gotta leave it out there, guys. Put it there so they can see it. Hover it up there above their head. Okay, nailed him. Nailed him to the wall. Nailed him, folks. Beautiful. Lake Tarquin slab on the 15-foot ACC. Beautiful fish. Now, guys, these fish, like I said, they're lethargic, and I mean, beautiful fish. Look at that. Look at that. Nice coloration. No marks, no pieces missing out of the fin. Let's get this young lady back in the water. See ya. Go up a little more. Maybe they're about to wake up. Ah, yes, sir. What do we have? What do we have, folks? Boat flip on the 15. Guys, this gets tricky when you got an umbrella up over your head. But I'm not giving up that umbrella. Giving up the umbrella is not an option. Giving it up is not an option. Here, there. Nail that little gaping 164. That's the only thing they'll hit is a 164. Like I said, these fish might keep, I don't know, I'm not measuring, I'm not keeping them either, but nice fish. See you, little fella. With the pink one. I don't know if the color's making a difference or not, but I put that pink on there and I got the most action I've had all day. See if we can catch 2 or 3 more. Got him that time. Not a huge fish, but he's a fish, folks. Not a huge fish. Not a huge fish, but he's a fish. Uh-oh. I'll let him took a dip back again. Gotta swing him in. There we go. Gotta get used to my umbrella up there. See you, little buddy. These in a little closer. See if I can drop straight down on these fish. That's what these longer rods allow you to do. I mean, bring it straight down, keep it in strike zone a lot longer. Got him. Nailed him. Nailed him. Nailed him. Nailed a little fella. Come on, little guy. You're gonna hurt yourself. Get this little guy back in the water. Oh, ho, ho. Yes, sir. Now, we talking about some grits here. Some grits and hush puppies, baby. We talking about grits and hush puppies now, y'all. Uh-oh. Dropped him back in. Technicality with the umbrella. But the umbrella stays, guy. It's hot out here. I can't tell you guys how hot it is. I drove about 50 feet with my transducer up. It was off, but it was up. And it ran hot. So, if electronics is running hot, I know I run hot. I'm staying under this umbrella. Look at there. Just a cloud of fish out there. Bingo! Oh! Bingo! See you, little fella. Got him. Got him, folks. Nailed him. Hook's kind of weird, but third flip. Third flip on the ACC 15-footer, folks. They're absolutely not touching anything except these little tiny jigs. Nothing but the tiny jigs. Get back in there, little fella. Having a horrible day out here with this camera. Talking, narrating. The camera's not even on. Beautiful fish. At least you get to look at him. Beautiful fish. See you later, little girl. See you next time, little lady. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Come on in here, boy. So that fish, guys, I didn't have a camera on because these fish were being lethargic and I didn't want to waste a bunch of time. What I ended up doing was just slowing down that presentation. I mean, that's about all you can do. When they're lethargic like this, slow your presentation down. Maybe you can get them to turn on. Look at that, no marks on that fish. Hadn't been bitten, no sores or anything. Beautiful fish. Lake tackling, baby. See you later, girl. Okay. There we go. Uh-oh, guys. Bit into more than I can chew that time. That definitely is not a crappie. Bit into more I can chew. Oh. Oh. Please leave me some line. Please leave me some line. Oh. That is going to be a cat, my friend. Whoa. Oh. I tell you, these ACCs are tough, folks. They are tough. Look at him. Big cat. That is a big cat, my friend. That is a big cat. I'm not catfishing, but the crappie biting a little slow. And my wife's been talking about filleting some cats. So we might see what we can do, folks. We might see what we can do. Some nice fillets on that fish. Look at that. Nice fillets. Calm down, buddy. Found out that the ACC, big or small, it'll put a hook on them all. All right, guys, I'm back in. It was brutally hot out there. You know, so be careful if you're going to get out and fish. You know, make sure you at least have an umbrella and plenty of fluids. Right now, I don't recommend getting out there, guys. You know, I've been doing this for a while. You know, if you get acclimated to it and you fish out here every day year round, you can handle it kind of like I do. But you know, if you spend a lot of time inside and air conditioning and whatnot, and you just don't want to go from that to being out here in these extremely humid conditions like it is now. So you know, once again, put some nice fish in the boat, and remember, focus on your presentation. Downsize your bait both in diameter and length. Also modify your presentation. Slow that presentation down, and it'll help you take a lot more fish out the water, and you can put them in the boat. Thanks for watching Hook Legend.